All right. Hey, Tana.
Hello, Maureen.
How are you?
Doing well.
Wonderful. It's really great to take a moment to talk about some of the very exciting things that are happening in our area this fall and into the coming year. And one of those exciting things is sharing with everyone some highlights from ECPG's 30 years of service. Can you believe it?
I can't believe it. 30 years is a huge, huge milestone. And we have a lot going on. What are some of the things people can look forward to?
Well, I think we're going to start by commemorating, obviously, ECPG's history. And we're going to do that by taking 30 weeks to share 30 years. Not an easy thing to do, but beginning October 1st and continuing through May 1st of 2022, I can't believe I'm saying that, we're going to be sharing things like thoughts from key leaders who shaped ECPG and our work over the past 30 years through their service. It's all really about celebrating people and partnerships. Most importantly, of course, the people we serve. And we can't always point out who those people are, but we know that over the past 30 years, we've made some significant positive differences in people's lives, and we want to celebrate that. We also want to celebrate partnerships because we couldn't do it without a whole team of people. One of the reasons I wanted to have you here today is to highlight the fact that ECPG is a team and we are a family. We work really closely together. We have a fantastic staff. You, Kathy, Rob, we couldn't do our work, even though we're a small staff, without the help of our amazing volunteer board, without our advisory committees, without our founders and our partners. So, I've talked a lot, as long as you've known me, about how important partnerships have been. There really are the hallmark of our ability to provide high quality, effective programs and services because we want to support individuals, families, and communities. So those partnerships are going to continue to be important, even more so now as it feels, gosh, we're just like on fast forward to the future. We're working in the present. We've had a very interesting past couple of years that I never want to repeat again if we can avoid it in terms of what's going on in our world. But that we also have an ever-changing landscape in our field. And so we want to talk about the importance of integrating gambling and co-occurring disorders into the mental health arena. That's something we've all worked on for years. You did that before you ever came to us in your work as a counselor. We want to make sure that we're dealing with mental health and public health equity. How can we do a better job of making sure that everyone has access to services? And then we want to look at things like the State Problem Gambling Treatment Art Task Force, which is working on a prevalence study even as we speak. So we're going to be getting some great information, we hope, from that. Sports wagering is on our doorstep. The Washington State Gambling Commission has approved sports wagering licensing rules for tribal casinos, and more than 15 tribes have approved sports wagering compact amendments under review. So those are big. We just heard today about something that I'm so excited to share with everybody. And I have to really give kudos to the Washington State Healthcare Authority. Their intention is to submit a state plan amendment to update the language of the Medicaid state plan. And while there are lots of language changes and updates and reduced redundancies, the key part for us is that if this is approved by the Washington State Legislature, a new provision will be added that would allow Medicaid funds to be used on problem gambling treatment services. This is so exciting. So it's the first phase in a longer term plan, and there'll be more information in our Insights newsletter in the actual copy that you'll be receiving on how to read the public notice, where you can send your comments. So really exciting stuff. Just a couple more things, and then I want to ask you a question. Lots of the things that we're sharing now and in the future are going to lead us to that May 1 date, because We're coming back together in person, knock wood. I hope that nothing is going to change that. Next April, Focus on the Future returns in person in Vancouver, Washington at the Heathman Lodge. And of course, besides sharing lots of information, coming together, networking, reconnecting, we're going to have a really special 30-year celebration event to welcome us all back together again, because it is so important. But until then, we've got some great opportunities too. So Tana, can you share some of the wonderful training opportunities that are coming up this last part of fall?
Absolutely. Some of you may have attended our series of mid-month trainings, which have passed, and we're not done for the year. We still have some more coming up quickly. One of them is called the Foundations in Gaming Disorder Core Training. It is 15 and a half CE credit hours. It is the brainchild between some rather significant partnerships with the Massachusetts Council on Gaming and Health, Restart Life, the gaming treatment facility here in Washington State, the Oregon Council on Problem Gambling. And it is designed to give anyone who wants to take the training a really thorough understanding of gaming. When I say gaming, I mean video gaming, app gaming, esports, gamers who stream gaming, and all of the above, on how to address those appropriately when it can become problematic, when it can become addicting, or even gaming disorder, treatment approaches, outpatient, inpatient. It comes with a workbook, which gives all of the training content, video resources, reading lists, gaming screens, help resources. It really is designed to be a kit to help professionals, whether they are counselors or peers or some other professional, to start adding this to their toolbox of what they can do. We also have our 30-hour, that's 30 hours, on the gambling counselor core training. And this is on gambling, all things gambling, problem gambling, gambling disorder, treatment approaches, recovery support services. It is broken into two parts. The first part is going on right now. It is 10 hours self-directed. Those who have already registered have already started working on this content. Anybody who registers now can go ahead and start working on that as well. And that leads up to 20 hours that are offered during a live webinar the week of October 18th to 21st. So there's still plenty of time for people to get their 10-hour self-directed content done in a timely manner and then attend the live portion in October. So we're very excited about that. And again, that one is open to anyone who wants to take a very deep dive training into those topics, but also for anyone who wants to become a certified gambling counselor, be it in Washington State or through the International Gambling Counselor Certification Board, or in another state that may have their own state certification, can get that 30 hours of training. Just be sure that if you are interested in getting this certification, be sure you look up the requirements for that, be it our state, another state, or the international level, to make sure you meet the education and licensing prerequisites and can get the practice hours and meet the other requirements to do that. But again, the training piece, open to everybody. We also have, let's say you want some good information, but you don't need the CEs, or you can't take any more time off work for training, or your training budget is spent for the year, but you want to get some education on these topics. There are some things out there we have for free for you, you can access now. If you go to the Evergreen website, evergreencpg.org, click the Connect tab, that will take you directly to the blog where you can read about some of this content. The podcast, we have a lot of episodes out now, listeners around the globe, really. There's an eCPG live streaming series on all things problem gambling and gaming related. It's been going on for over a year now, so there's a lot of episodes on that. And we just started a new one called Kaleidoscope. Now, Maureen, this is just my opinion, but I don't think there is anything online right now that touches the vision that we have for Kaleidoscope, which you are the host of that one. Can you talk a bit about that?
Well, I'm happy to do that because this is one of my passion areas, and I'm so excited that In May, we were able to launch our first live streaming episode of Kaleidoscope. Why Kaleidoscope? Well, Kaleidoscope is a community event that celebrates diversity, inclusion, and mental health equity. We certainly look at gambling disorder, but it's really a chance to look at how diverse communities are impacted by mental health issues and how we can break down barriers and increase access. So we're so excited that this month, on September 17th, we will be offering our second segment, and that's during National Hispanic Heritage Month, which kicks off September 15th through October 15th. We've got some fantastic guests who will be joining us, who are going to be talking about some of the cultural norms, some of the issues related to fear around seeking help and barriers, and how we can increase access, and how treatment providers and peers and recovery coaches and all of us in the service field can do a better job of addressing the needs and meeting people where they are so that they can get help when they need it. So really excited about this session. And I hope that everybody will join us again September 17th at 1 p.m. And that will be on Facebook and YouTube access. So looking forward to that. It's a busy, busy time. It's a busy end of summer, a busy beginning to fall. And Tana, I just want to thank you again. Tana is coming up on her second anniversary with ECPG, as is Rob Maya, our social media and PR specialist. And of course, many people know Kathy, who is more than a decade with us at ECPG. So we're celebrating 30 years, but we're also celebrating our time here at ECPG and looking forward to the future. So excited. Please check out the full issue of Insights eNewsletter for more information on all of these and many more topics. So thanks, Tana, for sharing some time with me this afternoon.
And thank you for everything you do, and that has brought us to 30 years.